I am Sal Mercagliano, Associate Professor of History at Campbell University, a former merchant mariner, and an instructor in maritime industry policy at the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy. And this happened this morning in the port of Kaohsiung in Malaysia. This is the OOCL Durban, Oriental Overseas Container Line coming into the berth here in Malaysia. One of the things that you'll see here is she is coming into the berth. Two things are happening here. Number one, she is close to the Yangmin ship right here. But more importantly, one of the booms for the Yangmin ship are down, and she's about to clothesline it right here with her bridge. And that's going to result in a collapse of the container crane. Doesn't take much to knock these container cranes off. You'll see Yang Min on there. That's the Yang Min vessel right there. This is the Ukul Durban. She's completely empty, by the way, so she must be just be coming out of a shipyard. She was coming out of China and Hong Kong, coming in here probably to load. And what you're about to see here is the taking out of the crane right there. She's going to clothesline it right there, and then you'll see the collapse here as it takes place. You'll also notice she's trying to stop. You'll start seeing the wash of the vessel right here coming forward. That's the ship going in reverse. She was going ahead at this time, and I have no idea, none, no explanation about why this vessel was coming in at such a steep angle and coming ahead at such a rate of speed, and not seeing this crane here that they are hitting right there. And you'll see it topple right here. It's going to come over, collapse on the stack right here and take it out. Absolutely catastrophic loss. I understand there are crane operators in those cranes when that happens. Plus, there are workers on the ground. So this is a terrible disaster right here taking place. Unfortunately, we see these cranes get taken out quite a bit, quite frequently. This is the story that's in Container News right here about it, how the Ukul Durban here destroys two cranes. They talk about it a little here. They crashed into the number 70 Yangmin Wharf bridge crane at the port of Kaohsiung in Taiwan, causing two cranes to collapse on the spot. According to reports, one worker was injured. Another two were trapped in the wreckage after the fall of the cranes, but all of them have been rescued. This is a scene here, opposite angle from the on the ground here of the Yangmin cranes crashing. You'll see the containers toppling over, and how easy it is for these accidents to kind of take place. Those cranes are sturdy, but they're not designed to take the full hit of a ship across the boom, which is exactly what you saw happen right there. This story out of Maritime Bulletin has a little bit more detail on it, talking about her coming in. This is also an image here. Let me come over to marine traffic. So this is the berth here at Kaohsiung in Taiwan. Zoom out here a little bit for you. So you have an image here of where she's at, and that's at the very southern tip there of Taiwan. I'm probably not pronouncing it right. I apologize, Kaohsiung. She came up out of anchorage, came into the berth right here, and entered through here. This is the passage coming in here. And then this is where she hit right here. You'll see she swung in here. And then all of a sudden, this is the Yang Min. This is the contestancy here. This is the ship that was right there. Zoom in a little bit on it here for you. This is where she came in. You'll see some of the Yang Min cranes here. And this is one of the cranes that get toppled over. Came in just obviously under either too much speed or too fast. Not exactly clear what is happening here. But she came in here. This was not the berth, obviously, she was going to, because you'll see there's another Yangmin ship right here, and she just kind of sideswiped into it. I'll show you the video again here so you can get a better image of it and now get some context to what's coming in. Let's zoom in here. So she was coming in from this passageway out here. You can almost see the wake of the vessel here where she came in, and she's kind of sliding at this time. She's turning hard left, and she's actually sliding in. The stern is kicking out. Again, ships don't turn like your car. You know, the front of the ship doesn't turn, the back of the ship turns. And what she's actually doing here is side swiping. So she's coming in, she's turning hard left, side swiping. Again, this vessel is light too. You can see how light she is. You can see the boot topping here. Usually that red and black is the water line there, fully loaded. Her container cell's completely empty. So she's coming in an empty condition, which means her handling is much different. She's going to be much more susceptible if there's wind or if there's momentum on the vessel. She's not as heavy. And, weight on a vessel will make a vessel drive different for the pilots on board. She obviously should have a pilot on board coming in. You obviously have the master coming in. She's coming out of a shipyard. So again, they're bringing it in. Not sure if there's mechanical issues or human issues here. But again, you're watching that happen. Come back over here to the track line that we just saw. Here she is coming into the harbor here, at obviously much too fast of a speed. She should have been slow, turning in here, a much steeper curve into here to come into this channel where she's eventually moored and berthed right here. This is her old name. She's been renamed, so she's still operating under this old name on the AIS tracker. But this is right here where she took out the Yangmin consistency, and right here in front of her was the Yangmin initiative. And this is Taiwan. So Yangmin is a Taiwanese company. OOCL is a Hong Kong company, a Chinese company. So not exactly sure if there was an issue there. But again, they were not able to get that crane up in time. These cranes usually are perched up like this one right here. You'll see how they're perched up so the container ships can come in. Then they'll lower them parallel to start moving containers. And you'll see right here, I'm not sure if there's contact or not. They're backing down at this point. Once you see that wash coming forward, that's the ship going in astern to prevent her from hitting it. But again, here comes down that entire container crane right there. So this is, unfortunately, you can find accidents like this quite a bit. There's quite a number of these where container ships take out these large container cranes. It doesn't take much to get them off balance. They're very sturdy, these container cranes. It's, not light things. It is the amount of force that's hitting them from the container ship that is absolutely just amazing to take place here. And not sure, we never get a view here of the bow, whether or not the bow comes in contact or not. She's pretty much stopped now. She's backing down hard. You'll see that wash come forward and forward just to halt her forward movement and get her back in track. If we look at the vessel real quick, let's come back here. Let's come back out to marine traffic here for a second. Let's go back out here on the vessel here. See what kind of information we have on her right here. Here she is. Container ship built in 2011, so she's 10 years old, sailing under the Panama Registry, 8,476 TEU. So again, not a huge one, 316 meters. So a little bit over 900 feet in length right here. You can see her in her former livery right here, as she currently was. Obviously, she's been purchased by OOCL and brought back over to, she's actually owned by a Japanese company, and she's been put over into OOCL service, which is not unusual. A lot of ships are owned by individuals, much like Ever Given is. So this is the latest out. We definitely see this happen once in a while. Not an unusual process. This is a great image here. I was going to show you this. This is from Lodestar. They got some images here. And looking forward, you'll see right there. It looks like she drops out. It's hard to see in the image right there. I'm not sure if she dropped an anchor or not right there. There's something hanging there. So it could be an anchor, may not be. You can see the bow thruster kicking off there. They're using the bow thruster to start pushing her off there. But remember, bow thrusters are only effective at very low speeds. And so that is definitely an issue right there. And I think we had some more pictures right here. Yep. Same type of pictures. That almost looks like that she's getting off there, an anchor, but it's hard to tell right there. You can see the collapse of the container crane right there, the damage. You don't want to be under this thing when it comes crumbling down, obviously, on top of you. These container cranes are just massive beasts when they come down. One of the things not known, just a little tidbit of trivia for you: these container cranes with these big legs and heads and bodies on them. Actually, the basis for the Imperial walkers in Star Wars. That's where that imagery of the star of that came from. George Lucas talked about that. So these things are supposedly the big walkers that you see in Star Wars, and obviously they come down, much like you saw in the second Star Wars movie. So anyway, just a little tidbit information thought I'd share with you on the OOCL Durban and its contact with the dock there and the container crane. Unfortunately, hopefully everybody's okay. They've, like I said, one worker has been slightly injured and hospitalized, and two crane operators who are trapped have been rescued. So that's good news. So this is Sal signing off. If you enjoy videos like this, please subscribe. Go ahead, hit the bell so you'll be alerted about new videos when they come in, and give it a thumbs up if you like seeing maritime disasters, which seem to happen on a fairly constant basis. This is Sal signing off.